Hi, welcome to Trade Talks. Today's question is blockchain tools the future of finance, or are they just spreadsheets with fancy lettering?
Honestly, maybe both. Programmable money feels, inevitable, but so does forgetting your password.
True. Let's dig in. I'm Jonathan, your host, and with me here is Angelica, a
Hi.
resident expert and analyst on the topic.
No slides today, verbal charts only, so you're safe from PowerPoint trauma.
Perfect. Today we're breaking down blockchain tools for investing. What's the hype? Why everybody's on it? And why your partner might be actually thinking about tokenizing your dog for some reason. Before we go any further, a quick thanks to Robinhood, our sponsor for today's video. Robinhood is built for investments, options, and even crypto. It's meant to make investing simple and easy to use with a clean dashboard. Terms may apply. Thank you, Robinhood, for supporting Trade Talks. All right, Angelica. So, what is blockchain? And if you will, please explain it to me like I'm a golden retriever chasing a squirrel. I'm just that dense.
Got it. Okay, so imagine the whole neighborhood has one giant notebook, okay? Every time you trade something, pretty much everyone writes it down. Since everyone has a copy, you can't sneak back later and change the deal. You can't make a deal with Joe Schmo for $100 and then later on try to renegotiate the deal for like 500. It doesn't work that way because that's blockchain. It's shared. It's a permanent receipt book. You can't alter what you previously uh had in contracts. So everything's recorded.
So it's like a cosmic group chat, so to speak, like instead of memes, it's money. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so what are some of the tools that, are involved with this?
Yeah, so some of the tools are few. So first off, we got cryptocurrency. I'm kind of anti cryptocurrency, but Bitcoin is the perfect example. Bitcoin is the native money of its blockchain, right? You're not buying equity, you're buying a digital asset stamped forever in that global notebook.
Oh, so it's like magic internet money. Okay, sounds simple enough.
And, we've got NFTs.
What are those?
So basically, welcome to NFTs, non fungible tokens. They prove ownership of the original digital file.
Wait. I've heard of NFTs. Is it like my cousin? I know he did something like with a penguin. I don't know. He made a something off of I think it was Coinbase or something like that. He made an NFT of a penguin, and he was thinking he was going to get rich because some other penguin sold for however much. I don't know. It sounded crazy, honestly.
Yeah, so it's like the difference between owning, Van Gogh's Starry Night and owning the $12 poster.
Okay, it's like digital bragging rights that you own this specific type of penguin that no one else has. So it's like an exclusive thing.
Yeah, so the real one or the digital one per se. So, yeah, and then there's tokenized real world assets, right? So you've got this is like a revolution. This is the revolutionary part, tokenization. Say
Okay.
there's a $20 million hotel. Instead of needing all 20 million cuz we all have that much money in our back pockets, the owners split it
I
into
wish.
million digital slices like tokens. You can buy one slice and share the profits.
Okay, so it's like a piece of economics. You can't buy the whole pie, but you can own a slice of the whole of it. Like that.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. So it's like fractional ownership made simple and tradable. And then you've got stable coins and DeFi, right? So
I've heard of stable coins. I just never really did my research on them.
yeah.
What can you say about it?
So stable coins are like crypto dollars. Great for fast global payments. And DeFi lending lets you borrow against your crypto instead of selling it. Powerful but risky, and liquidation bots don't care about your feelings.
Sounds like finance on hard mode. Got it.
And then there's layer twos. These make everything faster and everything cheaper, closer to normal apps.
There too, man. Well, at least until Face ID fails, right? And you're locked out with the future of your fortune that you done built up for that project.
Right, right.
It's interesting, you know. Honestly, it's a bit scary too. So these all seems great and everything. So I need to have a balance sheet here. We need a pro and cons. So let's start with the pro. Let's start with the pros. Can you break it down for me?
Yeah, of course. So here are the pros, right? You've got money that moves fast 24/7. So think of it like, you don't have to go into the branch. You don't have to have banking hours or follow banking hour rules. Everything's digital.
Seems real convenient.
It is. And then we've got smart contracts that automate tasks, right? So think
Mhm.
of like, programmable programs. You're programming the automation of the task itself. And then you've got true ownership of digital and real world assets. Pretty much everything is on record. You've got ownership and nobody can change that because it's digitally and permanently on the block, and it's
Mhm.
chained together.
Honestly, Angelica, I'll be honest with you. Everything just seems a bit too good to be true. All right, so tell me the cons, because there's always cons. I've heard some people getting conned out of the socks. So what what's the cons here?
Yeah, no, I get it. So here are the cons. You've got clunky UX, seed phrases, like all the terms and stuff. They kind of feel like medieval or even ancient homework.
You
It's
actually
all
mean like the user interface or something like that? Is that what you mean?
yes, yeah, something like that. And then, just the terminology and everything just kind of is ancient hieroglyphics per se. everything
Mm.
everything is new or not new, but it's terms and things that people aren't very familiar with.
So they just need to get accustomed with it and just try to, allocate themselves with the new system, how things run, and then I mean, I can see how that is, how it'd be a problem, especially with the older generation like myself.
Right, right. Me too. I'm still getting used to this whole thing as well.
I heard people getting some phishing scams. What is about that? Is that real
Yeah.
too?
So, there's always going to be scams and phishing everywhere. And that's not just with blockchain tools, but it's really just an everyday thing with emails and text messages and all that the scams and stuff that are out there today. Obviously, if it's on blockchain, it's going to be less because everything is recorded. So we'll always notice those bad actors. They're going to be on the chain. All their data is going to be recorded and we can stop them in their track. And then we've got regulation, right? So regulation is still a mess. The banking industry and the SEC still has to get up to par with everything. And then decentralization usually gets traded for convenience.
Decentralization. I've heard of that. I heard that's been definitely traded off a lot for, the ease of our operation. So pretty much what we're saying is it's like a visionary but messy. So it's a vision, but it can be messy like every group project ever. So I get you.
Yeah, exactly. So people say they want control, right? What they really want is convenience. Unlike blockchain, until blockchain feels as easy as email logins, adoption will drag.
All right, so some takeaways here that what I got from you. So blockchain, some of the pros are the speed, the automation, and the ownership. Some of the cons will be the design, the UX design, how people can potentially scam people, even though that's a thing. That's a worldwide thing. Being phishing scams and stuff like that. But it might be a little bit more secure with blockchain, but it's still possible. I get that. And then we got the regulatory fog about it, with all the regulations come out with it. The government want to get their money too, so they want to see how they can get a piece of that pie. I get that. I get that. Okay.
Yes. And then, so bottom line, be curious, but also be critical. Do your homework. Know what you're buying and never ever ever invest more than you can lose.
Okay. So, in my takeaway from what I get from it as well is that blockchain isn't about billionaires and coders anymore. It's about, simply new ways of owning new things, potentially even your dog, tokenization wise, anyway.
Probably illegal, but definitely hilarious. And that's our time, folks.
Already? Well, thanks to Robinhood again for sponsoring this video, and thank you for listening to Trade Talks. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this video to all love the chain.
And as always, keep your
Keep your assets in line.
line.